Tiger swallowtails are readily identified by their bright yellow wings with bold black stripes. Two species of tiger swallowtails overlap in New Hampshire: the eastern tiger swallowtail, which is a more southern species, and the Canadian tiger swallowtail, which is a more northern species. Eastern tigers are typically larger than Canadians. Easterns also have 2 broods per year compared to 1 brood for Canadians, with the end result being that Easterns appear earlier in the spring and persist later into the summer and fall. Perhaps the most reliable field mark for distinguishing tiger swallowtail species is the yellow ventral submarginal band that is just inside the outer margin of the forewing. In the Canadian, this band tends to be divided by very thin vein lines that give the band a continuous appearance, whereas on the eastern, this band is divided by bold black vein lines, giving the appearance of a row of separated yellow oblong spots. Another field mark to focus on is the black line that runs along the inner margin of the hind wing. This line is widest in Canadian tigers and narrowest in easterns. More precisely, the Canadian line fills greater than 50% of the wing cell that it occupies, while the eastern line fills less than 50%. Finally, look at the ventral black line that separates the yellow portion of the hind wing from the blue scaled section of the hind wing near the outer margin. On Canadians, the segments of this black line tend to be straight, while they appear scalloped on the eastern. It's important to recall that the probability of spotting an eastern increases the further south you are in New Hampshire and the later in the season the butterfly is observed. Canadians are not known to fly much beyond the middle of July in our state. It should also be noted that New Hampshire is a region of overlap for these two species and that they commonly interbreed, producing intermediate forms. As a result, and as is the case with several species in New Hampshire, it can be difficult to derive a definitive species identification in some cases. That, of course, is what makes butterfly identification challenging and intriguing in species boundary states like New Hampshire.